said, excuse me, but you don't understand where I'm at. I was all around the world, on span, across the map. I've been laying low and now it's time to pop up, bitch, I'm back. Now I'ma run it up. Snooze on the kid, are you dumb or what? You better go get your numbers.
Hey folks, it is Monday, 9/9/2024, here on the MCU'S Bleeding Edge Report, your Monday evening dose of comedy and entertainment and pop culture news. I'm Jeff S., a.k.a. TrueKnowledge, co-host of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast with Andres, the pop culture guy, my special guest co-host on Monday shows. Andres is going to take over when we get into Batman Crusader. I'm going to start us off with some articles that I put together for me and you, Andreas. I think you'll dig. Starting off with something that I thought was interesting. A lot of this coming from the direct.com, and that is the fact that apparently Hawkeye Season 2 is now in development.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about the other major news that happened today. Well,
What's that, sir?
Oh, I can send you the link. It's been confirmed that Daniel Disney Cretton of Shang-Chi is going to direct the new SpiderMan movie, the fourth one.
Oh, really?
Yes. I sent a link in the chat, so it's evidence there. So
okay.
Yeah, I can maybe send it to you right now. But yeah.
Well, either way, Hawkeye Season 2 is now in development, apparently.
Yes,
So, development update, according to the Cosmic Circus's Alex Perez, Marvel Studios is in early development on Hawkeye Season 2 and has ideas about where to take the story. Speaking at a Q&A session on the site's Discord channel, he explains how one major idea for Season 2 would be Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop get a bigger role than she had in Season 1. This is pretty simple fluff stuff here. I don't need to read the whole article. But it's good news to know that Hawkeye Season 2 is like a confirmed thing. That's being discussed as like a planned deal. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I think that this is. I don't know that there's been an official Marvel Studios confirmation besides like leaks like this. You know what I'm saying? Or reporting like this. But with as much reporting as there's been about it being happening, I think it's a sure thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to build up the new event, the Young Avengers, like it's good to have another season of Hawkeye to build up more Kate Bishop as the new Hawkeye. And plus, you could have that great tease from the Marvels. I know people didn't like it, but I like the mid-credit scene of her meeting with Miss Marvel, and we could have an episode of that in this new Season 2 probably. So I there's a lot of potential for this, and I'm the one that I actually really like the first season Hawkeye. It's definitely my favorite of the Disney Plus shows. I mean, minus the way they handled Kingpin, but it was a good show. Like it really felt self-contained. It gave Jeremy Renner a lot to do as the character, which is great. So and I like Haley Steinfeld as an actress, and I thought she was perfect for Kate Bishop. So I want to see more of her.
I didn't have any real problems with Hawkeye, other than Echo. I didn't think Echo was very good in it. I thought she was kind of blah. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like the way Kingpin was handled, like you said. But I like Yelena Belova on the show. I thought that was good. That was like that was an opportunity where Marvel Studios did a good job crossing up the characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, how who they decided to use in Hawkeye, Yelena Belova, Kingpin, Echo. Those were all solid moves for them. That I liked. Even though Echo didn't really land in the show, I liked the premise of Echo. Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you with Echo. Like she was a good henchwoman, and I like the idea of a spinoff because it was going to be dark and gritty. Like it was brown.
You sent me another StreamYard link, sir.
Oh, really? This is a StreamYard. Oh shit! Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be the fucking screen rant.
I don't need to go into StreamYard again.
No, no, no. You don't need to go to my other StreamYard timeline right now, where I'm reviewing the Three Kings and a Baby. Great movie from my movie timeline.
You know, I've been watching these videos on YouTube. You know that in Thailand you can get like an apartment for uh like a nice apartment, like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment for like $250, $300, like right by the.
Oh, oh god. Yeah, I know.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I gotta say, they do have good houses. Like they're efficient. Like,
They have
you
cheap
know.
housing.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Thailand YouTube videos recently.
Well, yeah. Are
Yeah.
you thinking to go to Thailand forever?
I didn't need to check it out first before I would just move there. I would have to check it out first. It's a long flight to get from here to there where I live.
Oh yeah, a lot of hours.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. 14 hours on a plane and all that shit or whatever. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what you got to do though if you want to like go to places like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just gotta suck it up and have like full travel days and stuff like that, where your whole day is just traveling.
Yeah. The Greece trip that I went to, like it's not long, but like it was like I had to go for 2 trips, 8-hour trip from Newark to Austria, and then 2 hours to get to Greece from Austria to Greece. So like, yeah, it was crazy.
8 hours is a long time.
Yeah, well, I'll take 8 hours over 14 hours.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I mean, look, like the goodness for the airplanes, they have movies, so I can actually watch movies and then you can doze off. So
You hope you can fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, 14 hours is a long time to be on a plane. You know what I'm saying? It's scary too, thinking about how you gotta fly over the ocean the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but hey, it's the risk, right? What else gonna do?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So I got more than just the Hawkeye article. I got some other stuff too.
Okay.
I got Marvel's new Blade movie gets official brief update amid cancellation concerns. So I'd already heard about this from one of the YouTubers that I follow that covers the MCU, like Everything Always, I think it was, or something like that. Already commented on this.
Okay.
Or Cosmic Wonder did something on this already. Basically, Marvel's Blade is still a go. They're still doing Blade. Marvel Studios is still doing Blade. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly as part of the press tour for Agatha All Along, Marvel Studios head of streaming, Brad Winterbrum, provided a new update on the status of 2025's Blade. As part of a discussion about writing the rulebook for horror within the MCU, Winterbrum explained how it all goes back to the filmmaker's intent on each specific project, indicating Blade does not be canceled.
Okay.
Okay, you see his quote right here. I think that it goes back to the filmmaker's intent. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But he basically implies that Blade is still going, that there's still Blade, which only makes sense to me because, like they say right here in the article next, Mahershala Ali's attached to it, right?
Yeah.
And he hasn't dropped out.
No, not officially. So I mean, I mean, it sounds legit. I mean, I think right now they're just gonna retool this whole movie. I mean, I don't know. We went down there. Like, when is going to be released? I mean, it'll probably push another year, so probably 2026 as the latest. Yeah. So
what about everything they've already done? They didn't do anything that they could keep. I mean, come on.
Well, so I mean, they had to go in a different direction. Here's the thing. Marvel's these superhero films, they're not like these like auteur films. So I don't think the story is not going to be changed. Like, I don't think the story, I think they're going to get a director that we know that is confident not to take over the project. And this director will take it because it will serve his career, moving forward. Like I feel like that's gonna happen with this Blade movie.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be Guardians of the Galaxy or Shang-Chi or Black Panther, where like you can or like Batman, the Tim Burton Batman film, where like you can get the director's like style of it. We're not gonna get that with Blade. I think they're gonna do is like we're gonna make you a regular film, regular horror film. Now that Deadpool Wolverine has been successful, I mean it's the biggest movie of this year, so they're fine now with the radar thing. So it's just trying to get this project off the ground. So that's what happened. So they have to wait for Mahershala Ali to be done with the new Jurassic World. If anyone knows, he's part of that new Jurassic Park film that's coming out next year of July. That's also going to compete with Van Forstick.
Yeah.
And
In the meantime, they need to hire a director. They need a director for the film.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they need to figure that out before they can do anything. Because there's other work that could be done without Mahershala. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have a director and you have a plan for the movie, right? And everything's not like loose pieces. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like just all wishy-washy all over the place with like what you want to do. Actors coming in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like on the roster one day, off the roster the next day, stuff like that's been going on. You know what I mean? Like so like there's been a lot of turmoil behind the scenes with this whole production. So like like it almost makes you wonder if they really have to like start from square one or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's I seen some of the couple of videos I seen, particularly like break room that's connected to Rockstars. They talked about this. The way they can make a Blade movie or like put Blade in another Marvel Studios project is Midnight Suns. If they do the Midnight Suns as a movie or a Disney Plus show, if that's possible, I'm not saying that's confirmed. If they do that, that's where we'll see Blade. That's the best way you could do it because and that has helped Marvel. I mean, like, come on, we got Blade, we got Black Panther and Spider-Man.
I think they wanted Blade to be the conduit for the Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
I do. I think that was their goal was to have Blade be the character that puts the team together almost. You know what I'm saying? Like have him be the one that recruits the characters and all that. I think that was the plan. At least that's what I've heard was that they wanted to go in a direction like that. Now that's all rumors, though. You know what I'm saying? There's no definite. Nobody knows what the ultimate grand plan was. Supposedly Lilith was supposed to be in it. That Lilith was supposed to be the major villain of the film. I that's a component I hope they keep because Lilith is a major part of the Midnight Suns in the comics. So I'd like to see her. I'd like to see her around. So they can use her in multiple films. You know what I'm saying? But I also saw something on like one of the YouTubers I know's YouTube yesterday or whatever that they're going to be doing some kind of Marvel Knights Disney Plus series or whatever. They're going to bring back the Netflix characters.
Yeah.
From the Defenders. And they're going to bring back the Defenders. Okay.
No, it makes some sense because we're getting the Punisher and the Daredevil show, and I think they can bring back Jessica and Luke for new shows and try to build up again the Defenders. Makes sense. I mean, a lot of people don't know like the Defenders are like another iconic, not A tier, but like they were like iconic B tier superhero team that everyone knows from
I never watched the show.
Oh, yeah. The show was okay. Like there were great moments, but it just wasn't the crossover that we really like it should have been. That's I have to say. Despite that, it had like less episodes from the other the other Netflix shows, but it was just really just lackluster. I have to say. But it was great moments. Like I really liked Jessica Jones with Daredevil. Like that, team up was really good. It was great to see, finally Iron Fist and Luke Cage team up. Like there were moments, but it wasn't a really good show.
Jessica Jones is good with anybody.
True.
Yeah, She's good. I like that Kristen Ritter chick.
Yes, I love her.
She's fine.
Yes, I like her, and she's in another show that I'm currently binge watching called Orphan Black Echoes. So it's a good show.
Oh yeah, that show came out, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I've been watching it. It's
She's the
really,
lead, she's the lead in that.
Yep, she's really good. Highly recommend it. It's an AMC, so it's good. Yeah. I also send you.
Oh, it's on AMC.
Yeah, it's in the AMC. Yeah, because the original show for Orphan Black air in BBC America and AMC, so it's the same thing with this show. That Ritter's in. I also send you. Sorry.
I didn't know Orphan Black was on AMC. Came from AMC.
Oh yeah, it's like a joint like custody between these channels because they produced the show together, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like Orphan Black. It's a good show.
I never got into Orphan Black. I always read about the premise, but I never watched it.
Oh yeah, I got into it. I mean, that's how I met Miss Tatiana
Maslany. Yeah.
Before She-Hulk, and I thought she was really great. I mean, she did a really good job playing the different clones, if you know the show. But anyway, can I take this? Because I got this article and I found this.
Yeah, sir. You can take it away. Yes.
Yes. So I put this in the chat in the MC Bleeding Edge if you haven't seen it yet. Officially, they finally confirmed a Spider-Man 4 like update. They found a director, and they're going to start the film this year for hopefully a 2026 release. We don't know yet the release date for 2026. They say hopefully in 2 years. Daniel Destin Cretton of Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings is going to be the new director of Spider-Man 4. So I was very excited for this. It makes total sense. I mean, this guy has become just like Gunn and the Russo brothers as the top director in the MCU, in the Marvel Studios. Like, not only he directed Shang-Chi, he's developing the Wonder Man show that's still in development. It hasn't been yet canceled. And he was once in the Avengers movie, but he stepped down. So the fact that they got him for this is really good for Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, I like it. I think that I watched it. I tried to watch Shang-Chi twice. Like the second time after I saw it in the theater, I could barely do it. I could barely get through it. But I still think it was an interesting film, even though I didn't like it very much.
Yeah, no.
I like Simon Liu.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. If we cannot have the Daredevil Spider-Man team up, I could see a Shang-Chi and Spider-Man team up.
They're gonna do Daredevil. They're gonna do Daredevil Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean,
they work in the same cities. It's only natural.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying that, this is how you could pay off that post-credit scene in Shang-Chi with that like beacon that they're doing. I could see Spider-Man 4 because apparently Sony is going to move forward the fourth film to be a multiverse story. And if you guys know, originally in the plan for the Avengers movies,
double be on the Avengers.
Yeah. No.
So they'll cross over there.
Yeah, no. I'm saying they're gonna build up something that maybe connect to the new Avengers movie, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, again, the response are taking over, so I don't know if they're gonna happen. But overall, I'm very excited for this director choice. I mean, what else I can ask for?
I really hope they don't go multiverse with Spider-Man 4. I don't want to see it again. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it in Spider-Man 3. And I'm tired of the multiverse already. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still a lot more of it left to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm already over it. Like, I knew I would be too. I knew eventually it would get like to a point where people will be like, I'm sick of this shit, and that's where I'm at. Like, I'm tired of the multiverse. I'm done with it. I just want it to be over with. I just thought it was a ridiculous concept from the beginning for them to go in that direction. I didn't like it. I was like, please don't give me the X-Men out of the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
shows. I did shows with the podcast of Champions where we debated that, and I was like, no way, please don't ever give us the X-Men through the multiverse. I don't want that. But then, when we weren't talking about the Fox X-Men, we were talking about the new X-Men. You know,
Right, yeah.
because this is right after Disney had bought Fox.
Yeah. This before like Phase 3 was almost done. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I mean, I understand. I mean,
I want
I'm
I want them to go with a more. As a fan, the Spider-Man fan, I want to see them insert Kingpin in. You know what I'm saying? And Daredevil, and and all that. Like we've heard the the leaks and the theories and all that. People saying that they're going to do with the film. I want to see that version where he's more of a street character again.
yeah. No, I'm with you like completely on this. Like I do want a fourth movie that is grounded. I want Kingpin and Daredevil in the Spider-Man film. I really want that. But it's really sad to say that they're going again for a multiverse story. I it's just very frustrating with Sony, and so they're moving forward with it. And I hope
They're not going to put Toby or what's his name in
Andrew.
the film. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
That was a one-shot thing. I guess they're going to bring Toby back for like Avengers, Secret Wars, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Like, I guess it can come back for that, but like that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no. That makes more sense than just bringing back them for another Spider-Man film. If they're gonna do it, I just hope they just take the page from the animation Spider-Verse films. Just bring in other Spider-Man related characters like Spider-Gwen, Miles. Like you can do that, and you could do another version of Peter Parker.
They'll do Miles eventually.
Yeah,
you'll get Miles in the MCU. He'll be the next Spider-Man.
Yeah, but this is a good chance to like foreshadow that, like in this story, and then later on, MCU can go through the whole Miles story. But yeah, I mean,
we'll see. There could be a reveal or something like that for Miles or something like that in the film. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
Marvel Studios is well aware, and they're probably already have ideas for how they want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they already do. They probably already have a plan how they want to handle it and everything, right?
Yeah.
I think Tom Holland has the other 3 movies, not including the Avengers films. He's got three more. He's got 3 more solo films with Marvel and with Marvel Studios and Sony.
Yeah.
From what I understand, remember, it's been a long time since we've talked about that kind of stuff, like the negotiations for him and all that. But the last I checked, what's her name from Sony, Amy Pascal, said after the last film, when it came out, that the plan was for them to work out another 3-picture deal.
Yeah. I wonder if they now like figured that the whole that like the picture deal thing with Tom Holland, and like the fact that we're getting
they don't release that information to the public anymore.
No. And let's be honest, that we should not know that either. I mean, it's all professional.
Well,
like
it's important to the fans to know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, like, look, I'm happy we got some news finally for Spider-Man 4. They're like actually making it. Because it's gonna be like, this year is gonna be 3 years since that No Way Home came out. So.
How much money did No Way Home make?
Oh, a lot of money. I mean, it was the highest grossing film of 2021. It cost $1.9 billion worldwide.
Wow.
So it was very big. So that's why they're doing again the multiverse story because of money. And so we're getting it. But
we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, look, if Marvel Studios are still involved and the fact that they got Daniel that is creating here, I'm at least hopeful for this 4th film. If they, it was just Sony, then I could have been more compliant. It's like, fuck you, Sony. fuck you. I'm not gonna support your fucking film. I'm not gonna fucking see this fourth Spider-Man film. You're out of your mind, But it sounds like Marvel Studios is still involved, and like the fact that they got a MCU director, in the in the movies that they make, that's a good sign.
Well, let's do Batman Caped Crusader so we can make this an early night, sir.
All right. Let's do it. Well, the fact that I was talking still is
I was so on episodes 9 and 10. I was like, I was okay with them, but they weren't anything special.
Okay, well, I can definitely feel that sense right there. Okay, well, anyway, let me get into the two-parter. Let me, the summary for the episode 9, Killer Inside Me. So after the assault that Dent has, Dent loses his mayor bid. He's left with a half face permanently scarred as usual, and he grows very insecure about this, so he's developing the Two-Face persona. Bruce, who's trying to cheer him up with a night on the town, makes the paranoid Dent very anxious, and he has an outburst in the restaurant they were in. And of course, Alfred scolds Bruce for his poor attempt at getting through to him. And with craving for justice against those who wrong him, Dent goes on a violent spree throughout Gotham, taking out several of Rupert Thorne's men through Batman's interference before he can hurt Thorne himself. Guilt-ridden, Dent snaps out of his rage and willingly goes to Arkham Asylum, where he discovers the barber signed on to become his lawyer. So let's get into episode 9. What do you thought, Jeff? I like it. Good start for building up Two-Face.
I don't know. I guess it's okay. I've never been a big fan of Two-Face. So yeah, I don't really care for Two-Face that much. It's okay character, but I didn't know why they had to do 2 full episodes on it. And the intro was okay, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a big Two-Face. I mean, I'm not a big Two-Face fan. I like the character. He's definitely top tier Batman villain, but I have this issue with. I mean, this is such a departure of certain versions of Two-Face. He's like half Dark Knight Two-Face, but he's like the inverse of that. Like the inverse of Beetlejuice was like the inverse of Ghostbusters. Here, Two-Face was almost like the inverse of a criminal. Like he was a shady criminal. After getting scarred, he realized his bad habits and his wrongdoing as when he was a district attorney. I thought that was very interesting, but I feel like they didn't spend enough time on developing Harvey as a character enough to really sympathize him when he with his tragedy. And this is where I don't like Batman here. Like, this is where you're right about the voice. Like, I cannot take the actor that's voicing Batman seriously when he still has that growing voice. When he tells was it Pennyworth? It's like, know what? Get out the line, Pennyworth, or something like that. He turns off the radio. That was so funny because his voice was so groggly.
I didn't even know what to think about that.
he was like a child, like excuse me, Pennyworth, you're the butler. All right, you're under my command. It's like, wow. Very Dick Batman. And that's my thing. It's like the relationship between Bruce and Dent is not well developed. Like some versions, particularly the Batman Animated series, if you watch that, they do a really good job of developing their friendship there. And like when that Two-Face, when that Dent becomes Two-Face, it's very tragic and it's so powerful for like a kids TV show back in the 90s. Here, I mean, I don't know. I just cannot think what to do. And there's some action. Like, I like the violence. If you like into that, but like, I mean, come on, it's like, yeah, there's something more to that. So let's get into ratings for this episode so we can get into the finale. Because I think there's more to say about that, but we'll see. What's your rating for episode 9?
I'll give it a 4.5, maybe a 5. I'll give it a 5. I like episode 10 better than episode 9. It was a lot. It was probably a much bigger improvement than episode 9. Episode 9 was kind of a slog. It kind of like it ran long for a 25-minute episode for me a little bit. Just because I'd like to see more Batman in the show for one thing. For a show called Batman, there's not that much Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to see Batman fighting people like TwoFace. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pointless. You know? Like, you know who's going to win in that fight. It's pretty predictable. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's it. I'm not trying to shit on the show completely because it has potential. And I watched a video on Bruce Timm's motivation for what he did with Harley Quinn, and I feel a little bit different about the Harley Quinn thing now because of the video I watched on YouTube. So I'm a little bit more open to it, like the character in the future and whatnot. But that's all I pretty much got on episode 9. Just a little bit boring for me. Although I do think that Barbara's character has grown on me.
Okay. Yeah. I always liked her in the show. I thought they did a good job of developing her character, in the show. There's not much to say. I agree with you. Like, we need to see more Batman. Like, that's my issue with this season. Like, we'll get into episode 10 that talks about my feelings about this whole show and this first season. Because this is my, second watch on this show, because I binge watched the first season on the day it was released. And I gotta say, not enough Batman, I gotta say. But we'll get into that. So let's get into episode 10. That's called Savage Night. And so, Barbara is taking the Dent case, and she's willing to help him. Insists that he help her do a case against Thorne's empire. But Thorne's man, Bullock, and Flash are seeking revenge on Dent. So they're prompting Barbara and Batman to establish a form of contact between each other so they can join forces to protect Dent. And at the same time, Jim and Reed Matara is going to also, be part of this to protect him for testifying in the court. But unfortunately, they get kind of trapped by Thorne's man. They're in the docks now for the final act, and then here Dent sacrifices himself to save Barbara from Flash. Batman loses his temper as usual, threatens to shoot Flash. I was like, whoa. And it was funny how Flash just talks, "You're lassie, vigilante," and bam, bam. I was like, what? Batman killed? And no, he just ultimately spares him following this by giving him a full punch. So after that, Alfred assures Batman that while he failed to reach Dent's humanity, Batman still has his. Elsewhere, after that, this is where we got a really great moment with Batman saying that he, instead of calling him Pennyworth, he calls now Alfred, which is great. A little nice, arc that he now is accepting Alfred to be more of as a friend than a butler, hopefully in the next season. But I wish they developed a bit more of this season. But anyway, so he drives off. We see Thorne, telling, Flash and Bullock to keep their mouth shut, and the lawyer's going to take care of everything. And then we get this really cool shot of Batman throwing the batarang at Thorne that almost it didn't miss him, but went through the chair but sliced him in the ear. And then we get this really cool scene that's very similar to Batman, the animated series opening, where Batman stands on top of the building and the lightning strikes behind him because the silhouette. Really cool, scene to end the show. I really dig that. That was a good visual to end. And then we got a post-credit scene. A bit of nowhere, we see weird victims with huge grins, and then we were hearing one that's laughing, and then obviously that's the Joker, so they're teasing the clown prince of crime that's going to be in season 2, which is great. I mean, I was happy they didn't use Joker the first season, so yeah. But yeah, and that's it. That's episode 10. Jeff, give me all you got for episode 10. You say it's better than episode 9, so
Much
that's
better.
good.
Yeah, I like the Joker tease. That was pretty cool. I dug that. I did. I like that. I like that. It was a recreation of the episode we had a couple of weeks ago where it was Commissioner Gordon and Barbara running away from the gangsters and all that.
Yeah.
And it was the same deal with this, except this time it was Two-Face and Barbara, running away with Batman and Gordon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and all that, and Montoya and all that, right? So like it was them all teamed up again, and so there was more Batman in this episode, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like it was cool seeing Batman again, getting after it. He was pretty good in the episode for the most part. But of course he had a concussion or whatever. So like, every time he was getting a headshot, he was getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't doing so hot there at the end. But he was like, fuck that, Alfred. I got to go out and fight. I don't care if I got a concussion or not. So yeah, much better episode. I'll give this episode a 7.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Did I rate my? I gave episode 9 6 out of 10. I give this episode a 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good finale. I thought so. Overall, I think the first season was okay. I don't think it delivered a great Batman show. I think there's still best Batman shows that overtops this. Like there's things I like about the show. I thought the animation was great. I liked the 1940s aesthetic. There was some casting that I did like.
I did too. I like the aesthetic as well.
Yeah, I thought the aesthetic was really good. And of course, honestly, Bruce Timm was involved. It reminds you of the Beat Task show. But there was a lot of cons. Let me say, some of the changes with certain characters did not make sense. Like for the sake of it. Like good example is Harley Quinn. I didn't mind the change of Harley Quinn, but I feel like it, like just not doing it connect to the Joker. I feel like that's a little weird. And despite I like that version of the show, she was interesting. I just wish we had more time with her as a villain, and cause she reminds me of the villain of Hugo Strange. Like she's more of Hugo Strange than Harley Quinn. So like why you couldn't just use him instead of just Harley Quinn? Like it was just weird to change her that way. And I feel like the Batman actor was okay. I think his Bruce Wayne was really good, but his Batman voice was really bad. I think he needs to tone down that gruffy voice and make it, at least decent. I agree with a lot of people like you. We need more Batman. This show felt like a police show with Commissioner Gordon and all the everything about the corruption. And it's like we're here for Batman. This is a Batman show. And I gotta say, if you watch
nobody wants to see an animated police show.
Yeah, so and I get why. I like characters like Commissioner Gordon, Mortara, and Barber, but this is a Batman show. They're supporting characters. If you want to do this, police thing, then just do your own police animation show, or a spinoff. But it makes sense because one of the writers for the show did, a comic book called Gotham City Center or Gotham City Central, where that book was basically focused on the police, the major crimes unit of the police, and Ed Brubaker was involved. He's the one that developed it, and he's the main developer of the show, and you can see that. And I like these characters, but it's I'm not here for the police. I'm here for Batman, and I think that's always something I don't know why he's so fixated on these characters. It's I don't know. I just think that was a major thing. I hope next season we get more focus on Batman. Also, get more villains from the Rose Gallery. Use them properly, because I'm very annoyed that they kill off Two-Face. I get you don't like Two-Face. Not hate him, but not top tier. Villain for your list of Batman villains, but he's a prominent Batman villain. Come on, he has to be in this show. And I'm happy we got the Joker tease. but use these characters well, you know? And that's my saying. Like X-Men 97 did a really good job of using all the X-Men characters and the villains, you know.
And they're
So
probably
that's
going to bring that. They're going to bring an X Factor or an X Force or something like that for next season. You know,
yeah. And
because Winter Bomb already said there's going to be two teams, two different teams in the show.
yeah, exactly. And I think they will do a good job with that. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I will give this whole season, the first season, a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a fair rating for the show. You know, it's just a little biased because I like Batman, but I cannot say it's a really great show. I think it's an average one. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone joining this recap.
I'm going to plug you out right here,
Okay.
sir. I'm the pop culture guy.
Yeah. Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this Batman Caped Crusader recap with me and Jeff. It was fun for what is last. I'm very excited to, you know, next week we're gonna celebrate our anniversary for the MCU Bleeding Edge report, Monday report. Next week. I got an idea for Jeff. For him, what we're gonna do. But I need to talk to him behind that. But anyway, I want to say thank you, Jeff, but also Aston, for joining us yesterday to do the live stream review of Beetlejuice. It was a really fun live stream. Dom, you were MVP. You were great in the comments, so it was really great. Right now it's growing, so that's good. Yeah. So right now I'm gonna do a couple more Beetlejuice content. So I'm gonna do a movie tribute and a Res Predict / review this week, so watch out for that. Plus, check out for my shorts. I'm gonna start now to do like a shorts review, sort of like what Cyber does. He does mini shorts reviews of movies, so I'm planning to do that now, so I can do more reviews on the channel. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So thank you, everyone, and plus RMP James Earl Jones, you will be slightly missed.
Good for you, sir. I'd like to see you make some shorts. That's good for you.
Yes, we'll plan to do that.
All right, folks. The MCU's Bleeding Edge report is signing off.